All right, what do we have going on here? We have some unrealistic probability problem about a sporting event. If you see a probability question about a sporting event, the chances that it's not realistic, pretty much 100%. Here, we're assuming Roger Federer wins in straight sets with a probability of 70% because he's Roger Federer. Now, okay, I'll kind of buy that one. We're assuming the outcome of each match is independent. I don't buy that at all. But it's an exam problem. We'll accept it. I want to know the probability that he'll win at least 5 of his next 7 matches in straight sets. All right, so I'm going to let x equal the number of times that he wins in straight sets. X is binomial. Right, there's 7 matches. The probability of winning any particular match in straight sets is 70%. And I want the probability that x is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, so that's just the probability that x is equal to 5 plus the probability that x equals 6 plus the probability that x equals 7. And, we can just write these things out, right? So the probability that x equals 5, it's 7 choose 5 times 0.7 to the 5th times 0.3 squared. The chance it's equal to 6 is 7 choose 6 times 0.7 to the 6th, 0.3 to the 1st. And the chance it's equal to 7 is 7 choose 7, which doesn't quite fit on here. 7 choose 7 also, by the way, is just 1, so I'm just going to admit it. It's just 0.7 to the 7th. All right, and now we just plug into our calculator. Well, maybe before you plug into your calculator, you might want to write out for yourself, okay, 7 choose 5 is 7 times 6 divided by 2. And then I still have 0.7 cubed, 0.3 squared, and so on. All right, so I've written out the so on, and I've added what I've gotten from each of the 3 pieces using my calculator. And when I add all these up, I'm going to get roughly 0.65. So my answer is D. A couple of comments here about some techniques I personally use to come back later to check my work. Right, so you'll notice I've actually written out what I got in my calculator. The reason for that is later on, if I'm checking my work, I might go back and maybe only check in the calculator button pushing stuff. Also, when I did write down the intermediate steps for my calculator, I wanted my answer to be to 2 decimal places. I wrote out these calculations to an extra decimal place just so to avoid rounding mistakes. Although in actual practice here, the difference between the different numbers are far enough apart that I'm not really worried about rounding errors.